Hi, this is Jeffrey Rhoades from experimentalhomesteader.com, and before I begin, I did want to say that we did receive this product for free or at a reduced price for our honest opinions. All opinions are our own, and tonight I'm talking about the game Peptide. It's a card game from Genius Games. This is a fun game teaching the way to translate RNA into amino acids. This is a great thing for like homeschooling. It's for ages 13 plus and can be used to teach biology while making it fun. It's in a game form. Great for homeschoolers, great for schools themselves. It runs 2 to 6 players. And you adjust based on how many players you have as to how many cards are used and how many cards you have in your hand. So it's got all the rules set up for adjustments for fewer players. It does come with a lot of different things, including a couple of baggies to put your things into, to keep them secure, because there are, punch out ATP tokens. There's some little green blocks that you use in the advanced game, because there is a basic and an advanced game. In the advanced game, you use these on your vacuole track to note where you are on the track. But we'll set those aside. We're not going to really deal with those. There are a number of different cards. You have a first player card. So basically each round when you start, you have the person who starts the round. They're the first player and everything flows from them. You have a deck of amino acid cards, okay, with various different amino acids in there. Oops. I got a couple organelles in there. Ooh. Okay. You also have organelle cards. Okay, bear with me just 1 second. Okay, you have the various organelles, mitochondria, ribosome, nucleus, vacuoles, number of different organelles that you're using to create your peptide bonds, to create your energy, your amino acid. And the directions show you how to lay out the play area and how each player's position is going to be laid out. Because each player will have a start codon. Start codon. This is your starting point, and you're going to be trying to create your strand of amino acids from this point. Okay, the more cards you get across, the more you're going to score, and this is you keep score on this. There's also little handy dandy player help guides. Each player can have one of these in front of them. It helps you to organize and keep track of what you can and can't do, or what what some of the different cards, how they act, how you use them in the game. You also have a stack of RNA cards. These are the RNAs that you're going to use in connection with your amino acid to try and score that amino acid. This one takes all adenine cards. So what you have to do is match up 3 adenine RNA cards onto this amino acid to be able to score this card. Once you've matched up your 3 RNAs, then you get to add this flipped over next to your start codon, and you create your chain in that manner. The longer the chain, the more your score you're going to have, the more likely you're going to win the game. Okay, and there's several different steps, several ways of getting that amino acid. You start with a certain number of amino acid cards. You start with 5 cards in your hand of amino acids, and then you have multiple different things that you can do for your turn based on what you have in your hand, what you draw, and there's a number of different possibilities each round. But ultimately, what you're trying to do is create your amino acid. You have to play some of the different organelles to be able to do that, and that in part depends on what organelles come up first as to what you can do. There's also markers. The first player to build an amino acid gets a bonus 3 points. Second player, bonus 2 points. Third player gets 1 point extra. So that at the end of the game, when you total up your scores, you've got bonus points to add in there. The amino acids, the point values are in the upper corner. So this one is a 6-point value because it has to have all 3 of the same RNA sequence. This one is a 5-point card because it takes 1 RNA and then a pair of RNA of the same type. And then there's also 4-pointers, which take 3 different RNAs to create this amino acid. So it's actually easier to get 3 different cards and be able to finish this one than it is to get 3 of the same in order to create the other one. So that throws in another aspect of the game, trying to figure out, okay, do I try and get 3 of a kind and get a higher value, or do I just go with the simpler methods, or do I go somewhere in between and get that 5 points? Mixed in to the amino acids is a stop card. When the stop card comes out, the game ends, everybody totals up their scores. And so as you're playing along, eventually this comes out and all play stops. And so there's a lot of separation of cards here. It's a fun game. It's a little bit complex in some ways, but it really does instruct you on how RNA plays its role in creating amino acids, which provide you with energy in your body. It's actually a fairly easy to learn game. It's a little complex in some ways, but as you play it, it gets easier and easier to play, easier to understand, and you start making the connections and learning, the biology. And I'm looking forward to playing it some more. I haven't played it too much, but it's fun so far, and I'm starting to learn a little bit more, get a better understanding of the biology that's going on and how the different organelles work within the body to create your amino acids and energy. So this is a great game. It is from Genius Games. It's called Peptide. And thank you and have a great night.